Orchestral Tools is very proud to introduce the first installment in our new Artist series, and it's a very special and absolutely unique collection, Igudesman Solo Violin. This collection features the special playing style and techniques of world-class violin virtuoso Alexei Igudesman. Alexei is probably best known as a go-to violinist for Hans Zimmer. You've almost certainly heard his playing on the soundtrack for Sherlock Holmes and other major movies. But he has a varied and multifaceted profile, and he's pushed his instrument to extremes that we haven't heard from any other player. Alexei plays an exquisite Sanctus Seraphim violin, but the styles we recorded with Alexei for this collection are anything but angelic. Igudesman Solo Violin gives you a violin that is eccentric, odd, extremely advanced, and most importantly, absolutely personal and unique. So, this is a violin unlike anything we've released before. It's probably unlike any other sampled violin out there. It's not about lyrical legato styles or warm, expressive vibrato. It's about edge, experimentation, color, and a new level of expression. Let's get into it. Because of the wide range of articulations, we decided to organize this collection into 4 individual instruments. Each instrument represents a different playing style or approach to playing. The first one is the so-called neo-electric violin. Here, Alexei uses a bowing technique that creates a sound almost like a distorted electric guitar. But there are no electronics or processing involved here, just Alexei and his violin. As far as we know, Alexei is the only person who plays like this. This is what it sounds like. This instrument is for melodic playing, so we recorded appropriate articulations for that task. We have sustains and legato, and some marcato, shorts, and a set of performed licks. As with most of our other collections, you can enable legato for all articulations where it's appropriate. So besides the standard sustains, you can also play the soft sustains and marcato articulations with the legato transition intervals. And you can switch between them within your phrase to program rich and detailed performances. Here's the neo-electric instrument again, showcasing the legatos. On to the next instrument. This one is called Standard Articulations and contains the more tonal and melodic articulations of the Igudesman Solo Violin. To be clear, the term Standard Articulations only applies within the context of this collection. For the most part, this instrument focuses on traditionally inspired playing styles, a kind of Romany style that we're calling Gitano, and some klezmer styles. Very expressive, almost over-the-top expressive, in fact, and consequently very emotional. Here's how it sounds. Let's look at the melodic articulations first. Just like the neo-electric instrument before, we have some legato options, plus different kinds of sustains and shorter notes to work with. As well as the highly expressive standard legato transitions, we also have fast runs at our disposal with this one. To explore this playing style further, we also recorded a set of decorative articulations. These are great for fills and adding a little spice. In this instrument, we also have a special Igudesman set of tonal articulations, including some plucked and some prepared violin articulations. These are great for special effects and adding some rhythmic verve. Now we come to instrument number 3, rhythms. As the name suggests, it's all about rhythmic patterns, which are a big part of Alexei's playing style. The sounds you get here are essentially repetition performances on a single note. Some of them are recorded at 2 different speeds, and they all sync to your host tempo. For example, you get a range of tonal sounds as well as some atonal noise performances. The atonal sounds are mapped below the pitched sounds. For the rhythms 1 and 2, you also get the option to switch the variation slider of the sine player to a different set of performances, where Alexei plays octaves on 2 strings for each accent. Together with the 3 dynamic layers you get for those patterns, this allows for plenty of variety and some inspiring possibilities to build rhythmic patterns for your tracks. Now let's get to the fourth and perhaps the most bizarre instrument, the percussive unpitched set of articulations. This is stuff you most certainly have never heard in a virtual instrument collection before. Here, Alexei really turns his precious violin into a synthesizer or sound design machine. We could go ahead and explain all those techniques in detail, but it's better to let the sounds speak for themselves. So let's just simply play through all of them. As you can see, some of these articulations are mapped to different zones on the keyboard. These represent performances on different strings, going from low to high. And that concludes our brief tour of this highly unusual collection. We had an absolute blast working with Alexei on these recordings, and we're pleased that the result captures something of his rare talent and unique style. It's certainly a solo violin like no other, and we're excited to hear what you create with it. The more unusual, experimental, and out there, the better.